And we're back here having some fun. The second hour main event is here. Of course, I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and of course, 17-year NFL veteran. Folks, believe it or not, he's had a pretty successful football career in his life. Saguaro High School, slack there, no championships there or anything, but he set the stage for those multiple year championships there. Goes to SMU and has one of the, if the winningest, not the one of the winningest team of the early 90s. Of course, there with Dickerson and Craig James and Dale Hillestrand, all those studs. And then he goes to Buffalo. Suck there. Just no good. No good at all. Goes to the Raiders.
No
good there at the Raiders either. No good at the Raiders.
No. We sucked my first year.
That's right. You went to the AFC Championship.
And by the fourth year, we went to the AFC Championship.
That's right. Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
come
right.
on now.
But you made the Hall of Famer defensive lineman. I just forgot his name.
For who?
For Buffalo. Bruce Smith. You made Bruce Smith who he is.
Yes.
Going up against him. You made Andre Reed better. You made Jim Kelly better because you were blocking for him. Thurman Thomas. You created holes for him. Then you go to the Raiders and, slack out. You're like, I'm tired of winning so much. So I'm just going to suck here at the Raiders.
You're off, so I'm going to bust my leg.
Yeah, so he does that. Gets traded to the Cowboys. 3 Super Bowls, folks. Goes to Baltimore late, retires, and so Baltimore calls and goes, help us go a playoff run, would you? Goes and helps them out and has success up there after a bad game. Then he has some good games after that. This guy's been all right, folks.
And then
Dale
I come
Hillestrand.
here, Steve said I'm trying to keep my head above water.
The best part about this story, Dale, is, and that cracks me up, is you did all of that in your life. Now look where you are, sitting next to me.
Dale, I need some help. I need some eye candy. Here
Dale's
I am.
I know all these famous people. I've lived a Jones life. And now you're just sitting here next to me. Nobody.
I'm with Big Steve.
Life comes at you fast, doesn't it? Oh, Lordy.
But what a small world. I know I met you, and I had known John, and both of you guys went to Dobson, and such a small world.
Oh, it's smaller than that if you think about you were out of radio, I believe, and then 1580 hired you, and then your favorite person, and my favorite
your
person,
buddy,
and everything, right? And then you guys hired a producer who I was doing a podcast with and helping him get into the radio business type of stuff,
right?
And then he worked for you guys, and then that allowed me, and then the radio station hired a friend of ours, another person there. And then he kind of pushed me into, they needed a night person. So he kind of pushed me into talking to go Radio Run about that. And then I end up there and everything. And then I don't interact with you guys at all. Then I start interacting with you, looking for a partner as some changes were coming, all of that stuff. And then boom, you leave. I end up leaving, on my own. You got pushed out because your partner was a dick. And everything, and boom, there we go. And then I come over to do this, and I just put that rope around your neck and said, let's go. Just carrying you on my back.
I was still trying to recover from your bad language around my grandson. Poor little Graham Tate.
No, that's what I mean. That's just, and then like you said, John, you've known John for a while, and it's like, me and John didn't know who I was, obviously, but turns out we go to high school together. Now we're besties.
Yeah.
Now
you're texting him on the show.
I actually put at the beginning of that, I go, sorry to text. I don't know the email to the show.
Yeah.
Because I felt bad. Because they don't say it. So I was like, I'm not looking it up. I'm driving.
Right.
So my voice to text.
Yeah, I don't know. Because every once in a while I'll text them something stupid when they're talking about something stupid.
But I just figure if you're not going to look at, I look at my phone occasionally during the show when something comes in. But I don't know. If he doesn't have it on, he doesn't have it on. I don't care. I wouldn't expect him to even read it on. He didn't attribute my text to me because he said some personal stuff that he shouldn't have said on air. But I didn't expect him to read it. I was just telling him dude, they don't care. We'll talk about this next time I see you, type of a thing. But I felt bad texting him. I'm in that relationship with him still. I don't like to bother the guy. Unlike Dale, he's just Dale willy-nilly.
I don't care. Don't act like you're big time.
No, but I do that to you too. I'm like, Dale's on vacation. I'm not texting him.
You didn't want to check in me and say how you doing? How's golf? How's the weather?
I assume you're having a good time.
Everybody get along?
I don't care. It's a family outing. I assume everybody's yelling at each other. I'm sure that I hate you. First, I hate you came out Monday afternoon.
Wow.
I have to spend a whole week with you. Let's just cancel this and go home. I assume that all happened.
I thought I had to get a text on Sunday. Hey, did you make it back safely? You plan on coming in tomorrow?
You were going to, but it was going to be at like 10:30 at night when I got around to it. No, Sunday was weird for me because my daughter went back to school. So we went to that 3-hour Odyssey movie. The World Cup final was on top of it. So I got caught up into that, my nap. And then getting my daughter ready for school and stuff like that. And the next thing I know, it was like 10:30 at night. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get ready for tomorrow. So Sunday got away from me. Don't be insulted. I'm a busy guy, Dale.
I know you are. Gotta get those naps in.
That's half of it right there. Last thing I want to say about baseball, by the way, follow us, YouTube, TME Media AZ. We're live 8 to 10 a.m. Every day on YouTube. And then, of course, catch us on demand as well. Pit Stop will be out later today. Look back at last weekend. Look ahead to this weekend in racing coming up. Real Matrix on Friday at noon as well. It's about, I'm going to say alien. It's not aliens, but it's about something I can't pronounce. The Trigerions or something to that effect. Yeah, Dale's looking.
What movie is this?
No, it's The Real Matrix on Friday, that episode.
Oh.
I gotta.
As soon as I take my headphones off,
I gotta figure out how to say this, but it has to do with like structures and things like that. It was a fascinating episode, but I can't say what it is. It's too big of a word. I'm a simple man from Dobson High School, getting yelled at about walking on grass. Coach Fultz. I just remembered his name. Coach Fultz is the one that yelled at me because I walked on that grass.
Well, you've named somebody else.
Oh,
already.
Coach Clark. Oh, the legend, Coach Clark. I've always blamed him. I kind of blame. He probably hired Fultz. So that's probably a good place to blame him. Blame him as well. You know what I mean? Just blame him right off the bat. I want to say something else about baseball. Bruce Cooper brought it up yesterday. It's funny, when Bruce brought it up yesterday, I watched that game the other night, and I don't remember. Like, it didn't strike me as something to remember. And then I looked into it, and I know why it didn't strike me as something to remember. The guy foul-balled the ball off of balls.
Off his privates.
And he went down.
Yeah.
But the reason why I didn't think it was more serious was because he ended up staying in the game, got a single, played the next half inning before they took him out of the game. So in my mind, it didn't register as something that you make a note of. And Bruce came in and talked about it yesterday. You guys had some fun with that at the top of the hour, or right before the top of the hour with Bruce and all that stuff. Then yesterday, you find out this kid goes in for emergency surgery yesterday on top of it. Emergency surgery over this. All I got to say is, and he's a rookie too. He just got called up.
Yeah.
All I got to say is this not the toughest SOB you've ever known? Like, I've known a lot of tough guys. Dale, you played football. You've known a lot of tough guys.
Yes.
This guy ruptured his whatever it's called.
Testicle.
Is that the technical term?
Yes.
He ruptured his testicle, got a single after that, stayed in the game for half of an inning, slept through the night. Well, probably didn't sleep very well. Got through the night, went through half of the day, emergency surgery to fix it yesterday. This guy, they should make movies about this guy's toughness. Is this not the toughest guy on the face of the planet right now?
Well, they could have him and Scott Radisack.
No pun intended.
that was his name. Had to have one remove after getting kicked.
But did he stay in the game for a little bit afterwards?
I don't think he did.
This kid hit a single, Dale, which means he had to run to first. I'm just saying. Sir, whatever you want in life, I'm more than happy to help you out with it.
That will be interesting. You said he's a rookie. If he ends up making it and he's in his year 10,
he's going to.
And something happens to him like this, is he really playing the next day? Is he finishing?
Oh, year 10, it's because he's the rookie.
Yeah.
He just got called up. He's talented.
Oh,
well,
no.
My bigger question is, I'm showing up to the next game I play in. You'll be all healthy in it. I'm showing up with the biggest cup you've ever seen. It's going to be distracting on the TV. It's going to be so padded. It's not going to be funny. It's going to get in the way while I'm running in the outfield.
Well, and that's the thing. I've heard people talk about that. Do you wear cups in football? Do you wear cups when you play the field and base? No, because when you're running with them, they're a little bit uncomfortable. Yes, catcher, you're getting foul balls and this, that, and everything, but you're in a most of the time in a little crouch position behind home plate.
Yeah.
You don't need to run from center field to the fence and back. And
yeah. I know it's different, but like I equate, like the older I got playing soccer, to the point when I got to high school, you had to wear shin guards. But by the time I got to high school, I literally had like something. It wasn't protecting anything, but I had them because you had to wear them. And I just slipped them in my socks, And then every once in a while, you'd get kicked there, and you would it'd be the most pain you've ever had in your life. But didn't mean you'd fix it next game, next time. You just kept wearing the same crap again. Like you never learn. This is different. I'm just curious. That's what I'm going to be curious on is did he learn his lesson? He's been playing that way for years. So it'd be hard to switch back to. But sometimes, it's like when you get hit in the head, and all of a sudden you're John Olerud and you're wearing a batting helmet at first base. So that can change your opinion sometimes.
Yeah.
Right there
and
as well.
And I think it's usually responding to something happening.
That's the problem. That's the problem, Dale. Is it's a response, a reaction to something.
And then it never happens again. Like
yes.
I remember my junior year in the summer, we were playing in the summer basketball league, and guy went up for a rebound, and I was just to the side of him, came down inadvertently. The point of his elbow caught one of these two, I think this front tooth, and shoved it up to the roof of my mouth. And I thought I lost it. I went, oh,
you're looking everywhere for it.
I felt it, like, oh, damn. And I lost my freaking tooth. And then I realized it's stuck up in the roof of my mouth.
Oh, I just got spine tingling.
And I chewed gum, and when I played basketball, I took my gum, threw it towards the corner. I'm mad. I got to go to the orthodontist.
How did you know your tooth wasn't in the gum?
Because it was lodged up there. And so I go to the sidelines, and my coach is trying to pull it back out. And it is freaking lodged in there. So my mom was out of town. My dad had to make an appointment, and I go see an orthodontist, and they literally cinch my head into this chair, leaning back.
I'm going to throw up.
And a pair of dental pliers.
That's what I'm saying. He used pliers.
And he just...
Did he?
And I could feel the tension. Yeah. He deadened me, but I could feel the tension on my neck.
Did he put his foot up like on a stool, like up on the wall to get pressed, to get power too? Okay. I don't get disgusted by stories like injury stories and stuff. Like I can watch gross things all day long. But that just made me feel uneasy, Dale. That story right there. So I'm sweating, folks.
He got it back in place. He goes, it's a 50-50 chance on whether it dies or not. Put a little guard on it. And for the rest of the time I played basketball, I wore a mouthpiece after that. Well, I never got hit in the mouth again like that.
Oh, my God. Like, I don't get disgusted about stuff, and that made me just
we should have a show where I could just go from my feet to my head, the injuries I've had.
Yeah, especially, for
like
sports.
The staples, no staples with no Novocaine, no nothing, rubbing alcohol. Staples.
You just bite a piece of wood.
You don't got any whiskey on the sideline here, Coach?
Exactly. As for story series, I'm about ready to pass out. I don't get queasy. You found the one thing that makes me queasy, and it was all about pulling that tooth out. Because I was like, there's only one way to get that out, man.
Yeah. It was lodged in there, and after about 3 tries, my coach goes, I don't think it's coming. I go,
I'm going to throw up.
I don't think it is either.
So, welcome. Enjoy your breakfast, everybody. Ethan says, Dale's story reminds me of the 24 intersection and the rollover crashes. Meaning your accident there.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They're bad out there on that 24.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, have you been you went to the airport.
I've been by there once or twice.
So it's just it's going to become a bigger freeway. But right now it's it's an interstate where it's a freeway. You come off of US 60 or off of the 202. And so you're going 65, 80, whatever you're going. And then it drops down to like 55 or whatever. Yeah. And then there's lights. And people just run those lights, man. They're trying to beat it or whatever, so
Right.
they run it, and then if people pull out in the middle there, and then you just get
Wow.
an Indy 500 winner got killed a couple months ago, right? And I think his
Really?
motorcycle got taken out. Yeah, old and they won it in like the early '90s, I think.
Wow.
Got taken out there and stuff like that. It's just people trying to beat. Now there's the cops everywhere, or, within a half-mile radius of the freeway and stuff like that, and things. So just your story there reminded Ethan of that. We get to see him all the time, Dale. We'll be driving, a road will be closed or whatever. Even Ann says, because she lives out there too, says, I agree, Ethan. 24 and Signal Butte is the worst intersection ever.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, like I tell, because Ireland's learning to drive now, and I tell Ethan, I'm like, that light turns green. You sit there and you look both directions
Yeah.
before you start moving and make sure those guys are stopping, and stuff like that. Ethan says the whole bottom of the Cardinals tickets bowl is going to be premium seats at some point. Yeah, that's what he wants to do because he keeps all that revenue and everything as well. I talked about the nachos we get there and stuff. Ethan will get chicken fingers with fries, garlic fries for
$30.
$30 or something
Yeah.
ridiculous like that, and
The
everything.
most expensive thing on the menu, right?
It's not, but it's close. Robert says the chocolate chip cookie with sea salt at the top at the Cardinals game is to die for. That's the cookie I'm talking about. We get the nachos, and then I'll just grab one of those cookies. Freshly made, Dale. Freshly made cookies, those big ones, and they got sea salt. They're fantastic.
Oh, look
Fantastic.
at you.
After the nachos. That's all I spend there. Other than that, nothing. I'm not coming to a game and spending $700 on food and drinks. I'm just not. I don't need your $70 mixed drink. Before it used to be free for me with the cards, but Michael Bidwell. Can't have people having.
Hey, we're going to raise your price or we're going to take away your perks.
Oh, raise the price and take away the
Yeah.
perks is what they do there as well. And says I can't handle Seawald coming in with less than a 4-1 lead. He needs to move to more of a setup guy. He seems to get the first out and then makes the game closer than it should be. He's always done that, though. Even when he's had success this year, he'll get a guy on or two. But that's also my second problem with it, is what he's capable of doing. You got to have somebody ready to go so when he does falter. He'll get 2 guys on or whatever, give up a run, and then have a guy on, and then they'll have nobody warming up or anything. And it's just like, all right, they're riding with him till he blows it. And that's where I get frustrated. You give up 2 runs and you only have a 2-run lead then? Somebody else should be coming in at that point. If there's less than 2 outs, for instance, type of a thing. But I don't know. Tori's smarter than all of us. He tells us all the time he is. Ethan says the D-backs need to also get rid of the coaching and management and get new guys in there. Ethan's been listening to his dad. Look at that. I agree 100%. Robert says 3 for 11 with runners in scoring positions. Far better than it has been since the end of May. Yeah, it's still not good. Just because it's better doesn't mean it's good. What you're looking at. Most teams would kill to have 11. The A's had 6 last night. They would have killed to have 11 guys in running scoring position. Got to get them home. Robert says Wilson was the 6th pick in the draft a couple years ago. I knew it was a high-level one and everything, but yeah, 6 picks for the A's there as well. GCU there. Robert says don't sleep on the Padres. Machado and Tatis are starting to hit, and their bullpen's elite. Well, that's what I'm saying. The only team I'm not sure, we don't know what we're going to see from the Padres. But we could also see a sell-off here because current ownership, if that other guy's not buying it, they might want to unload some expenses there to save even more money before they sell it, type of a situation. I don't know if there's a deal involved there or anything. But that's why I say the Padres are the biggest unknown to me. They could go on a run. They're not going to end up 30 games above 500 in the second half of the season, but they're going to go on a run. They should go on a run as well out there, I think. I don't get this reference. He says he's going to walk in like the lead singer of Cameo. I'm assuming he's talking about the young kid that imagines you, sir, but I don't know if the lead singer of Cameo walks. I can only imagine.
That's not on your Spotify?
No, none of that's no. Dale, an interesting thing happened yesterday.
Okay.
Don't forget, guys, join the YouTube chat as well with us here live. Something happened interesting yesterday. And it got more interesting today. Yesterday, if you didn't see, the Miami Heat put out and scheduled a LeBron James introduction press conference coming up in a few days, and they scheduled it on their YouTube page. People saw it. They quickly took it down, and they said we were just getting ready for the chance that LeBron James coming to the Miami Heat. We were prepping for it. That was their excuse. July 27th is when they scheduled it for. LeBron James introductory press conference is how they scheduled it there.
How quick did they take it down?
Pretty much immediately. People still saw it. Well, it was a little bit. It wasn't as quick as you would think. It was a little bit. And it was on the team's YouTube page. Here's the interesting thing about this. As somebody that knows a little bit about this, it takes 2 seconds to schedule something on YouTube. Dale, you right now can say, I want to do this thing. And I'll be like, when do you want to do it? And you go, I want to do it at 10:02. No problem. We could schedule it at 10:01 and have it ready to go for you.
Right.
It doesn't take long to do. They're putting it in for
20 second.
Yeah, they're putting it in for a reason. It's not to prep for it. That part of the prep takes zero time at all, folks. So, BSN. Here's the other thing. They did a posting this morning for a YouTube person for their team, a job posting. If that's an accident, you don't fire your YouTube guy and looking for a new one.
Right.
You do that when he puts out something that's about to happen. Because he let it go.
Really? Is that how you look at it?
That's how I look at it.
Boy, Steve, you and Dave Nash might be the two biggest conspiracy theorists.
He's more so than me.
I don't know.
He's more so than me.
You just stay mostly to sports.
Yeah.
But you can get conspiracy theory out of your mind.
Well, oh no, I can't. That's why I have an alter ego, conspiracy theory Steve out there. Look, Dale, it takes 2 seconds to throw up a YouTube thing and schedule it.
Yeah.
2 seconds. 5 days out, 6 days out, you're doing it to prep for it. It takes seconds to do. Even if you're testing it, what are you doing labeling it LeBron James introductory press conference? We do tests here all the time, and we do it like test. We go test. So if it does go out and we mess it up, then you guys will see test. Then you'll see it's a test.
Right.
I don't put, Jesus is coming on July 17th. Some big announcement. I don't put that out there. We just go test. So it's a bull crap excuse is what I'm getting at here. A YouTube person was putting it all together. They were getting everything ready, and somebody hit the wrong button and put it out there. So now they're trying to walk it back. Does this mean LeBron chooses another team because of the Miami Heat? Like, he's all ready to go to Miami. He's all ready to go. And then because Miami made the mistake, LeBron's mad that he couldn't announce it. So LeBron's like, well, I'm not going to Miami now since they announced it ahead of time. Did this cost him LeBron James? Because I just literally laid it out to you, folks. There's no reason to need a new YouTube person because of a mistake. You need a new YouTube person because he announced it ahead of time.
I think it's to me it's kind of fascinating. Obviously for the NBA, it's drawn a little attention to him. But
well, that's the thing. LeBron's even slow rolling this announcement, folks. He knows where he's going. But then his agent Paul came out and goes, "Oh, there's no rush to do this." But nobody's signing until LeBron James goes someplace. All the teams that are in the running for LeBron James, they're not making moves because they're waiting to hear from LeBron James. It's all about LeBron James right now. And they just announced his intentions, the Miami Heat did. I could see LeBron going, well, we're not going there now. Because you guys announced it. I need my spotlight. I'm going to do it my way, not you guys. It'll be fascinating to see here. But I'm fascinated by this story. When I saw the posting today, I went, oop. You don't fire somebody for a mistake.
You don't think you do
Not
you?
like that type of a mistake. But also just the excuse. What you do is you just say what they exactly said. A team spokesperson said The club's social media department was preparing for the possibility of James signing and accidentally posted the leak to the team's YouTube page. Again, that's a 3-second process to do, folks. Kobe and Ethan do that process about 3 minutes before showtime for our live feed. It's not something you need to do 6 days in advance. Now, you probably want to do it ahead of time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they just made a mistake on something they're prepping for. They're getting the band ready, They're getting the like last time, they're getting the fog machines and the lights. So you can walk
Not
around
one.
dancing. Yeah, you can walk
Not
around
two.
dancing. Maybe D. Wade will show up again. Chris Bosh.
I hope he just does just a quiet little...
Dale, it's LeBron James. He's doing something big. It's going to be, look at me is what it's going to be. But Miami Heat, I would go so far as to say the only reason he doesn't go to the Miami Heat would be because this got out and he's, LeBron James. He's got a little bit selfish. And he's going to change his mind because he didn't want it out that early. So he's going to get mad about that and be like, all right, I'm going to Cleveland then. Telling you, my conspiracy theory, Steve. If you conspiracy theory, Steve, if you wanna go that way, Dale. Telling you, LeBron James to the Heat, which I think is a monumental mistake for him to do. Monumental. That team's not winning. Here's what he's gonna do, Dale. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Okay,
this
tell
is
me
what
what
LeBron's
you're
gonna
gonna
do. He's gonna sign with the team. He's gonna make the announcement, and in that announcement, he's gonna go, "This is my last year. Shower me with gifts. And also, I'm going to have a 23 patch on all of our jerseys, like I did in the Lakers." And he's going to announce he's going to make it all about him. And now it's his final year. That's what he's going to do. All at once. So brace yourself, folks.
I just get such a kick out of everybody getting so worked up over him. I mean, the guy, in my mind, deserves his flowers. He's played, what's this, his 32nd year?
23rd, because he had patches for, it said 22 last year.
Oh, I thought, didn't he wear 23? No?
Yeah. But, like halfway through the season last year, he made patches, and everybody on the Lakers team had to put a 22 patch on their jerseys. Dale, I get getting worked up about it and stuff like that. He's just, if you want to put it in football terms, he's got Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre in him, where they hold everything up to decide if they want to play football again this year.
I noticed
when you know they're going to.
I noticed great stories come out about Aaron Rodgers, and Steve doesn't bring that up.
There's no good stories about Aaron.
He's reconciling with his family, Steve. You didn't see that? Spent the summer, pictures hugging his mom, his dad.
Promotion.
Brother.
Promotion.
Yeah, for 20 years he didn't do that.
Because they need to. Now his career's ending. He's got to change that light now. He's got to go in the Hall of Fame. He's got to make him look better now. When he didn't need him, he didn't care about him, Dale. Now he's going to need him.
Why is he going to need him now?
Image-wise. He didn't care because he could just throw the football really far, and he didn't need him for that image. But now that he's retiring, he wants to go out as the good guy. Change my image now. Probably not even his real parents. It was probably like actors. Did anybody verify that it was his real parents? I did not see that story, actually, Dale. I did not see that.
Really?
I'm fascinated by that.
Yeah, summer of reconciling.
Maybe that wife that nobody has seen or anything. Maybe she's got something to do with it. And what I mean by she is, we're not even sure she exists. Nobody's seen her.
You're so cynical. How do you go through your day? Instead of tipping me your cab and going, "Way to grow up, Aaron. I'm happy for you. You seem happy. You lead the Steelers to the Super Bowl."
Robert's, hey, you want to make a bet on that? LeBron's going to milk this for a while. He needs to be the center of attention longer than most. That's what drives me nuts about it. It's not that hard. Make your decision, announce it, and we can all move on with our lives. But we've got to stretch this thing out. Ethan says, "Can I apply to that and leave you guys?" Ethan wants to join the Miami Heat YouTube page. Yeah, until you mess up and post something that is factual and your bosses don't like it and they fire you. Whereas we just have fun with the stuff that gets posted around here.
Well, and I don't know if he's in Miami Beach, that hoodie ain't gonna blend in.
Kids today, Dale, in those hoodies. My favorite is when we went to lunch with John and Dave and you, the Angry Patriot. And John goes, "What's with the Unabomber over there?"
Yeah.
Started laughing. Here he wears the hoodie and stuff because it's cold over there. Unlike us, who's showered by lights, it's cold in there. I'll get off air, walk to that editing room back there, and I'll be like, "What? It's an iceberg back here." Robert did chime in, tag me at TME Sports Show on the lead singer of Cameo. It makes me giggle. I had a feeling that's what you were talking about. Ugh. I'm done looking at people's junk. Yeah, let's take our break and talk Cardinals because we have to. I have tried to avoid this, folks.
Yeah. Hey, great start.
Jacoby watch.
Great. Jacoby watch. I say Adams watch.
He's showing up to camp today. He's already back in. He turned himself in on Sunday and back in Arizona, ready for camp.
Josh Sweat watch.
If you're a part of the team, do you have metal detectors when Adams comes in? Come on back, folks. The main event. And we're back here. Main event, having some fun here on this Wednesday, of course, and talk some NFL. Cardinals and Panthers, first two teams to report today. First practice is tomorrow for your Arizona Cardinals out there. And I say your because they're Phoenix's team and all of that, even if you don't like them. Well, just leave it to the Cardinals. We were just talking yesterday about the offseason, Jacoby Watch, back. And the future things for him. Are they going to sign him even, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And then yesterday, I'm just casually sitting there. Me and Ethan go to Olive Garden after this and grab some cheap lunch there, their lunch menu. We grab some Olive Garden and get in the car, and I drive home and have the email sitting in my email when I get home. Isaiah Derek Adams, age 25, is charged with possession of firearm obtained by crime, possess restricted prohibited firearm, no license, and possess loaded firearm, and then possess prohibited device are the charges against Isaiah Derek Adams.
Who was he with?
His sister and a bunch of other people, and he did not get charged with the drug crimes like the other people did.
But he was with them.
Yes. And this is a guy that yesterday, if you watched the show with Coop, he was talking about Adams is probably going to win that right side guard job. Now, he's from Canada. They have tougher restrictions, gun charges up there. I tried to find out what this means in terms of like jail time or what the punishment could be, and I couldn't really figure it out. Like nobody really explained it. I couldn't find out what, because here, these charges could be up to 10 years in jail, or it could be like a $10,000 fine or 25 years in jail. And you're like, well, that's a big difference. I couldn't figure that out on these. But it's not the thing you want to be wrapped up into as you're reporting for training camp today.
The 4 days before.
This happened over the weekend. Friday night is when the police figured it all out. He turned himself in on Sunday. And then was released. And now he's back in Arizona. He's reporting to camp today, Dale. What happened to no linemen do anything wrong? We're protectors.
No.
What happened to that conversation?
No. What I said is offensive lineman, you tell the next one that gets arrested for domestic violence.
Yeah, just the Rams one.
There's still some dumbasses out there. What on earth is he doing a week before camp, getting messed up with guys?
You can argue anytime because he makes enough money.
Yes. Just buy a new gun. Whatever it is.
Well, that's his problem. He had too many of them, Dale. They weren't registered.
Well, and secondly, what? I know you're from Canada.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
It doesn't mean you have to go back there.
That's issue number 2. His sister got charged with the same thing he did.
And?
Along with the other people with the fentanyl and stuff.
Yeah.
But him and his sister got charged. Hey, runs in the family, man. Families that do crime together,
Oh.
stay together. Just outside of Toronto, if you want to know where in Canada he's from and stuff like that. Now, that's what I'm saying. In America, you see those charges and you go, all right, it's a Thursday. It's somebody walking around with an unregistered handgun. Canada's different. That's why I was trying to figure out like what the possible repercussions of this could be. But it's just another distraction. Yeah, the gambling thing last week. Just another the Jacoby Brissett situation going into what are we going to learn today, man? What are we going to learn today?
Well, that's the thing. Usually the last couple of days before camp, if you have a holdout, sometimes there's last-minute negotiations, things like that. But number one, whenever this case gets settled, there's going to be a suspension from the NFL.
It's possible.
Even if he's found not guilty, they'll suspend him for a couple days for tarnishing the shield.
Yeah, exactly. But then they'll be like, you know what? You play for the Cardinals. That's tarnishing the shield enough.
Wow. But you got the team, you look up in Seattle, defending Super Bowl champions.
Yep.
There's nothing.
Nothing happened in the offseason that I saw.
You look at the Rams, nothing but good things.
Oh, Sean McVay's out there. Did you see my post where he's breaking down how a successful running game, what all the things that have to happen for a successful running play?
Yeah.
I mean, that was just fascinating to watch from a genius coach's, because I know how running games work. You know how running games work. But he's literally like, this guy's got to lift his left foot and put it down because it signals this guy over here what he's, and I'm just like, all this is happening at full speed?
Huh?
It's fascinating.
You don't realize how smart offensive linemen have to be, Steve. And then, God forbid, a defensive lineman goes from a 3 technique to a 2.
He covers all that
technique. Now that changes everything.
Even went to the point where the hole opened up and the running back hit it. Then he goes and he focuses on what the receivers are doing to keep the play alive and allow him to get some more yards. I mean, it was I retweeted it yesterday on my personal page. I mean, it is just fascinating to see that breakdown because I watched 11, all 11 film. I watch a lot of people that break down. Nobody broke it down like Sean McVay did yesterday. And I was just sitting there watching it like, what? Rewinding it, listening to it again.
Well, the only way you can watch offensive line play is from the end zone view.
Yes, and I like the all 11 because you can see the holes. Because like when I'm at the stadium or on TV, I'll be like, oh, I didn't hit that hole, and then I'll watch the all 11. I'll be like, oh, there was no hole there. that dude was plugging it. It is amazing to see, but
so no controversy in LA, San Francisco. I guess you could say
there is, but it's on the field stuff.
You think the wide receiver? They haven't traded the wide receiver yet, or cut him, or whatever they're going to do.
He's stuck there. He's not going to get paid.
And then you got the team that finished in last place, 9 games out of third place. 9 games, folks. Not baseball, where there's 162 games. Not even basketball, where there's 82 games.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have such a rosy outlook.
Football, 17 games, and you finished not 9 games out of first, not 9 games out of second, 9 games out of third place.
When you said that stat, that still makes me depressed. Thinking of it that way just makes me depressed.
That just makes you want to throw up. and yet they have the most question marks coming in training camp.
Yeah, but players don't hold out anymore, which we're going to talk about Jacoby Brissett in a second. They don't hold out because it's costly, and I got the numbers for you here and stuff like that. But it's just your starting quarterback, man. I did some serious researching over the last couple days, and I saw some other people kind of steal my thunder today, which is fine. They're allowed to. They're media people as well. I saw a couple people post what the next starter is making from Jacoby Brissett right now. It's just like you look at it and you go, Cardinals, what are you arguing about? What are you arguing about? I'll present this for you. But the bigger thing here is, yes, I don't know how to phrase it. It's a big deal that he's dealing with these charges. I just don't know how big of a deal it is, if that makes sense. Because there's aggressive speeding, and getting arrested for, driving 100 in a 55. There's that, which is dangerous and stuff. But then there's gun charges, and stuff. So is he looking at 15 years felony, 15 years in prison? I don't think so, because he's reporting to camp. That tells me this isn't a serious charge. Because would they allow him to report today
Well, obviously,
if it was a big deal?
they know where he's going to be. That probably helps a little
Well,
bit.
I'm just talking about the NFL in general. Like, if he killed somebody, he ain't reporting to camp today, even
Right.
if he was bonded out. You know, if he was driving drunk and killed somebody, he ain't going to practice today, even if he's bonded out and going.
Right, tomorrow, but
Or
yeah.
tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just tells me that these are probably serious charges, but they're not.
And no,
You're not gonna play
it
football
happened in
charges.
Canada. So what are their rules up there?
They're a lot. They don't like guns.
Yeah. I think they're a little harsher.
They're harsher on
guns.
them. Yeah, they're harsh on them.
you
And
know,
that's the thing. I mean, we could be looking at it like maybe I'm looking at it. I don't know if I'm right or not. Of okay, gun charge. That happens all the time here. People walk around with unregistered guns all the time and get charges, and then they move on from them. But that's what I'm saying. The fact that he's reporting to camp though tells me I'm not belittling him and saying he should be doing it. But what I'm saying is this isn't where the NFL's looking at it going. He can't play football, guys. He can't be in camp.
not yet.
We'll see. We'll see. Day's not over.
Not yet.
Day's not over, Dale.
And again, what this does is so fascinating to me because there's still this little thing about Ryan Gold, the director of college scouting.
Mm-hmm. That's not going to die down. He's fighting that. That's not going to die down.
Right.
That's
That
going to rear its
happened on
ugly
Friday.
head. That's going to rear its ugly head in like October, November. Again. Well, here's the other thing that on the Adams thing that tells me it's not one of those you can't play football deals. Is because a team, I think it was the Toronto CFL team, they put him on the able to negotiate list after the charges were announced. So if I don't think it's like I said, and I don't want to say it's not a big deal. I'm going to say it's not a you can't play football while you're going through these charges deal. And then a Canadian football team puts you on the you can negotiate him with them list after the charge. That also tells me, it's not an end of the world type. You can't play football type of charge. Because why would the Canadian football team go, oh, he's got serious charges. Let's put him on the we can negotiate him with them list. You know what I'm saying?
I still understand that it's why and how come
No, I know.
and
It's
why now
stupidity.
And again,
This guy is played in the NFL. He's got a chance to start this year.
yeah,
It's just what are you doing? Here's the stats for you. If you don't know, he got in as a rookie because of some injuries. 11 games he started last season, the first 5, and then he played in the final 6 games as well as a rookie. He's a projected starter going into this season from that side. Now Chase Basantis, he was drafted. He's going to compete for that right guard job. He's got to be feeling good about it today. A little good. He walked into camp with a little bit more pep to his step today as well. But I mean, this is a guy that's scheduled to start for the Cardinals, and that's where you're like, really? On the right side of the line, by the way, that is the question mark side of the line.
right.
And now you go, man, are we going to have to go with a rookie because this guy's dealing with legal stuff constantly?
Well, and so that will be solved in time. You just wonder, okay, hey, court case gets called in October. Does he have to leave?
Well, here's the other side. He's four people involved, not him, but 4 people involved were actually held in prison for a bail hearing and stuff like that. He wasn't, and stuff. So just their case, is he going to have to go back there for their cases and things like that?
Right. A
Now,
lot of questions.
So that could be a distraction. When he's like, I got to fly to Canada on Tuesday and Wednesday, when the Cardinals are 13-2, Dale, week 15, and then they got to lose him for a week because he's got to go to Canada to do some trial stuff.
I'm sorry, I almost choked.
So that happened yesterday.
So you got Jacoby Brissett.
Hold on. I'm obligated to do it. Jacoby Watch.
Jacoby Watch, see what's going to happen there.
Well, you want some stats?
Well, you can tell me this, but then you got the Isaiah Adams, and then you got the Josh Sweat thing that I don't know if that's completely put to bed.
No, but he's going to show. I've
he's
read.
going to show. He's
yeah.
going to show up.
But is he going to participate? Is it going to be a hold in?
Yeah. Who knows? It's just question marks that should not have to be question marks. But tell me about because I'm always fascinated about how much you could lose.
Back in your day, I mean, you famously were part of a team where Emmitt Smith held out after a Super Bowl victory.
But he did not have a contract, so they couldn't fine him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was technically a free agent.
And nobody else was trying to sign him?
No. That was right at the precursor of free agency.
Oh, really? So this was what, 93, I remember? Right?
Yeah, it was after the 92
I just
season.
remember the Monday Night Football game. You guys were 0-1 and Jerry Jones at halftime. So
Yeah.
they interviewed Emmitt, and then they went to Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones was like, we're doing good without him. And then you guys got killed on Monday Night Football for the world to see. The running game was non-existent. And he was signed like Monday morning or it's a Tuesday morning. He was signed. And I was like, that backfired. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
That's one of my earliest recollections of the Cowboys at that time frame was that situation. Oh, I thought he was signed. Okay, so then it would be different. Yeah. But I was just going to say, fines back then, it didn't matter what they were because when you signed on the team, they gave you a bump to cover those fines.
Right.
You can't
or
do that
waived
anymore.
them or whatever.
Yeah. So Jacoby Brissett's scheduled to make $5.4 million this year total. $1.5 million is guaranteed. But I want to focus on the $5.4 million number because you can get into this with all the quarterbacks and stuff. The next lowest starter in the NFL, right? Meaning the guy that makes the least amount of the starting quarterbacks that's scheduled to start this year. It's Geno Smith. What do you think Geno Smith's going into this season to make? By the way, New York Jets. Another crappy franchise.
$20 million?
Yeah, close. $19.5 million. Like I said, it's going to be more with bonuses, stuff like that. I just want to focus on $5.4 to $19 million. Jacoby Brissett's making less than his backup, Gardner Minshew. So then you factor that in, too. $2 million less than his backup if he goes through the season and makes the 5.4. $2 million less than Gardner Minshew. $19.5 million. So what is that? That's roughly 14. I know we don't do math. 13, 14 million less than the next starter on a bad team, folks, in the NFL, Geno Smith.
Well, and remember this, how much of Geno's is guaranteed?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm just focusing on the dollar amounts here. I can tell you Geno Smith's guarantee is not $5 million. It's more than that.
Right.
I just wanted to focus on the numbers. So you can understand Jacoby Brissett, who did move this offense up and down last year. Did they win games? No. A lot of that wasn't his fault. Yes, he had some games that he blew late. He had other games where he left the field with the lead and was not able to do it. But he moved that offense. He brought out Garrett Wilson as a starter. He made Trey look better last year than Kyler could ever do and stuff to that effect. And factor all of that in here. You got to be paying. What are you arguing about, Cardinals? What are you arguing about? Well, can't we just now? Could be Jacoby Brissett wants $20 million. I agree, 20 might be too high, but 12, 15. What are these two sides arguing about here?
Well, and I heard another thing brought up yesterday, and this does kind of make sense because you've heard it, I've heard it. Of course, Jacoby's heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the Cardinals got to find out what this Beck kid's all about.
Yeah.
So if the Cardinals are coming to him and go, hey, we'll give you $1 million bonus for every game you start, so that'll get you into the low 20s.
Yeah.
But
you know you're going to be benched.
He might only start 5.
Yeah, you know you're going to be benched.
Right. How's it going to be set up? Because if Jacoby Brissett's asking for between $15 and $20 million, give it to him.
You know this as well as anybody. I mean, Dale, you know this because of your contract here. Your contract's up to $1 million in bonuses.
Yeah, depending on how much advertising.
Yeah, but regardless of that, just you showing up is that. But I know you're not showing up a lot, so I know I'm not going to come anywhere near paying that. And if you we're here a lot, I'd make excuses for you not to be on air. Oh, Dale, power's off the house. Don't come in tomorrow. Don't come in today.
We only got one working microphone.
You know as well as I do that they know what those numbers, bonus numbers are, and all of a sudden you're getting benched.
Yeah.
So they don't have to pay it. So I can understand that on his side. But is woefully underpaid. But I've said this before as well. This is my opinion. You overpay the guys that are going to take the hit for your ineptitude. Everybody's expecting the Cardinals to win 1 to 3 games this year. Jacoby Brissett's career is coming to an end, and you're asking him to take the ball and suck with this team. Pay the guy a little extra to do that.
Again,
It's not that hard.
Again, and we're talking about this like we started talking about this 3 months ago. We don't know what Jacoby's asking for.
That's the thing. But I'll tell you this right now. Okay.
If Jacoby's asking for 30, 35 million,
You want to know what I've heard through the grapevine?
well, I would love to.
Now, I'm not announcing this. I've heard he's in the 15, 16 million.
Yeah, well then that's a no-brainer. 1 year deal.
Why is he not signed?
Well, 1 year deal. Here's 15 million. We'll give you a chance to earn up to 20.
Well, that's the thing. Then you could do the bonus of these games you get. If you pay 10 games, you get this bonus and whatever, so you can go up to 20. It's a no-brainer. If he's asking for 15 to me, what are we arguing about?
There should be no.
I'll be the first one to say it. If you're 20, 25, sorry, Jacoby. Enjoy sitting on the sideline. So here's the other side of it. He's scheduled for $5.4 million, only $1.5 guaranteed. Fine to not report to training camp, which is today. This would start. If he doesn't report today, $50,000 a day in the NFL is what the fine is now. And you don't get that back when you sign later. You lose that.
It's mandatory.
That's not a lot. Here's the other side that I looked up to make sure it was still in effect, and it reportedly is. If I'm wrong on this, I apologize, but I don't think I am. If you miss a preseason game, you get charged for every preseason game you miss. You miss a regular season game check. Cardinals have one extra preseason game this year, and it comes quick. First one's August 6th, Thursday. Next, 2 Thursdays from now. So 2 weeks from tomorrow. It comes quick. So add $50,000 for 2 weeks. Let's say 10 days, just because they have an off day and stuff like that. So 50,000 times 10's Dale?
$500,000.
$500,000. It's going to be $287,000 or something to that effect if he misses a preseason game. He's up to his guaranteed money before that first preseason game, right at it at that point. Are you going to risk that? So it brings me to this question. Jacoby Brissett's going to report today. Is he going to be a hold-in? If he reports today, he's going to be a hold-in, right, till a deal's done?
Well, and that's the thing. That's one thing that we never had. Never had to deal with that in my playing career. But how much of a distraction is that? That's
going to be my next question. Jacoby Brissett would be stupid not to show up today.
Yes.
Absolutely stupid. Show up and you stand on the sideline like you did for the mandatory OTAs and everything. But that's going to lead to the distractions, right? Because now everybody's going to be shouting questions and wondering where he is and focusing on him and stuff to that effect. Maybe it's a sit-in, but your Cardinals go, hey, why don't you hang out in the locker room for a little? Go lift. Hop on that treadmill back there. So everybody's going to get video of Jacoby Brissett standing on the sideline holding the football, not doing anything.
And mind you, this is a 3-13 team.
That's going to be my next point.
And he's not responsible for all 11 losses he took last year, because the offense did look much better under him.
Mm-hmm.
But this team is 3-13. If you're going to balk when you have $40, $50, $60 million under the cap, and you're going to balk at giving this guy $10 million more,
you can pay Jacoby Brissett $20 million, and it's not going to affect you for 1 year. It's not going to affect you at all. Other than the money going out. It's what are we arguing about? That's what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. And we're going to eventually have him signed, or maybe we won't, but then we'll hear the numbers. I predict we're all going to sit here when he signs or they release him and we find out what the negotiating numbers are. I'm going to predict we're going to find out Cardinals are lowballing him. I just have a feeling it's coming. I have a bad feeling. If it was Jacoby Brissett asking for too much, we would hear the number. It would be floated out there already.
You would think the Cardinals would release that.
Your buddy Dalton would be on the phone texting to somebody going, hey, he's asking for 30. We ain't paying that. It's just, again,
that makes sense.
What are we doing to going into today and there's question marks there? Nobody said he's going to be a hold-in. You'd be stupid. Maybe you don't show up today to kind of like put pressure on him a little bit. But the reports are, Ian Rappaport, they've been negotiating actively for the last several months. Is this that hard to put together. I get it. In the off season, it's not a rush to sign.
Right.
I get it.
Deadlines usually make deals.
Yeah, today's that deadline day. This is fascinating, but I don't understand this at all. And if Jacoby Brissett is not in camp today or tomorrow, a $50,000 hit's probably not going to matter, especially if he gets a new deal. He can swallow that, right? But if he's not in there by tomorrow, dude, you're throwing away your money.
Oh, no. I'm thinking if I'm in his position and I'm asking for 15 to 20 and they're not even coming close to that.
That's the thing.
I'm holding in. I'm showing up. I'm saying, you know what? My right elbow's a little sore.
I think from Jacoby Brissett's standpoint, a hold-in for him is better than sitting at home and taking those fines.
Yeah.
For the Cardinals' perspective, I think it's worse because it's just going to keep those questions there. They're already going to be there because Jacoby, but then just everybody's going to see him standing on the sideline. And it's just going to make it worse, and the pressure's going to get on the Cardinals at that point. But Dale, this team sucks. It's going to be terrible this year. And this is what we're dealing with coming into this. These numbers are staggering.
It makes you appreciate the Diamondbacks, doesn't it? See.
Well, when they win, the Diamondbacks are fun. That's the difference. It's just staggering numbers here for Jacoby Brissett and what the Cardinals. Just what are we doing?
Yeah.
Name another friend. Now I get it. They don't want to spend, let's say it's $20 million just to make it a high number. Okay, the Cardinals don't want to spend $20 million because they know they're going to move to Beck at some point this year, and Minshew this year probably. It's 1 year, you got the space. It just goes to the whole perception. At some point, and Jerry Jones is good at this. Jerry Jones will, like that CeeDee Lamb negotiation last year. He's going in front of the podium and he's going, well, you could sign him today and he can get hurt tomorrow, and saying right things, just stupid things to say into public on the negotiation. And then he signs him for the big deal. Like, they're not even doing that. They're not even doing those types of negotiations.
Well, and I always remember the difference between Bidwell and Jerry Jones.
One's
the fact
smart.
that CeeDee Lamb obviously is a much bigger name than Jacoby Brissett, and every sports center's let off whoever's left there still with the star.
Well, it goes back to, like, I don't even know who that guy's agent is. Remember that conversation? And you're just like, Jerry, what are you doing, you moron?
Right.
The Cardinals aren't even doing that. They're giving the perception. Now, I know some people are on the Cardinals side with Jacoby Brissett. I know a lot of people are. I was reading the comments yesterday on a bunch of stuff, and some friends that are on, hey, just cut Jacoby Brissett. We don't need him. Just cut him. Back's there. Let's just cut him. And I get that side of it. But again, what are you doing negotiating? The lowest paid starter in the league that's scheduled to start is $19.5 million base. So sign him for 12 with guaranteed money on the backside. Or with incentives on the backside. 15. Now, like I said, Jacoby's got to go along. It takes two to tango. We're going to find out. I just have this. The Cardinal side isn't leaking anything. And that tells me they're lowballing.
Yeah.
That's what that tells me.
I will agree with you on that point.
Because how do you want to win this in public perception as well?
Because they were offering 20. I promise you that would be leaked about to some of these.
We would be hearing an actual number out there. The fact that we have heard zero number. Like I said, I've heard from a couple people that they've been told the number is 15 million is what he's asking for. And if let's say the Cardinals are doing 12, what are you arguing about? 3 million? I don't want to spend other people's money. I hate people that do that. But in football terms, dude, that's a rounding error.
How much money did the NFL make last year?
Yeah, $14.5 billion.
Yeah. That's with a B.
That's what you're negotiating about?
Yeah.
Seriously? A couple million? Now, to you and me, that's a ton of money. Yeah. But to them, it's nothing. And they have this. It's not like they're going to go over the salary cap and have to cut somebody that they really want.
Right, or restructure a contract.
Yeah, go through those headaches.
Yeah.
Welcome to football season, Dale.
It's going to be a doozy, Steve.
I was reading about the Panthers, man. They're just going into camp with nothing. They're just like, hey, we almost made the playoffs last year. We're going to have another good year. Like, they're all hopeful and everything, and we're over here going, we got gun charges in Canada.
Gambling scandal. Holdout quarterback. Defensive end or leading sack guy.
New coach. who's going to be a player. He's going to be more Cliff Kingsbury than Jonathan Gannon. That worries me a little bit.
Well, we obviously have plenty of time to get it.
Season's just starting. Let's get it all out today. Dale, get out of here for this Wednesday.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, 8 a.m., live on YouTube and everything as well. Come and join us. Of course, this week, last week here, we're just Monday through Thursday this week. We'll, of course, be taking Friday off. We'll be back on Monday. And then next week, back to our 5-day schedule coming up as well and everything.
Wow.
Really quick here. Let me go back up here. Robert says, is someone terminally ill in the Rogers family? Because they're reconciling?
No.
Those things. Is mom sick or something? Dad sick or something? Papa Mike says, I sat in row 2 in the end zone to watch a Cardinals game. He goes, you really see the speed of the game and the size of the players on both sides? He goes, there's a real eye-opener. Yeah. People don't know how these guys hit, man. It is different than what you see on TV. Because, like, you'll see him and the guy will get knocked down. You'll be like, what a wuss. Get up. And then you're there. You're like, holy cow. How's that guy have an arm still? Robert says, I'm thinking he wasn't in Canada when he was charged. The border could have been an issue. No, I read he was back up there to turn himself in, if that was true. I did read that yesterday as well. There, Papa Mike said, Steven had to go there. Dale not showing up. Yeah, of course. Dale's missed half the summer as well. Robert says, 15 million. Have the costs gone of lifts gone up that much? Good old short joke there. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great one. Go Cardinal camp. Whatever. Weighing and poking and prodding today, Dale. You can roll the credits whenever.